Well, that was the thing. So what happened there was, effectively I didn't plug in my computer, so it ran out of power, right as I was starting. Great streamer right here. Just testing my alerts and stuff. I made 2 texts. There we go. There we go. Should be working now. Let me test. Bot. Hug. Mina. Yeah, that works. Okay, cool. Right. Let's try that again. Welcome back to Final Fantasy Series Live Play Session 98. Last time we tried to figure out how to punch a giant red flan, and we're still trying to figure that out. That's what we did last time. We met up with Snow as well. I forgot about that part. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing this session. Let's try to figure that out.
On the surface of Grand Pub.
Tech issues. Tech issues. How we love them. I think this area loads particularly long because it's so fucking big. Yeah, it's still the same place.
Look out! Flank it from the west!
Look, that's their prey.
Wow.
They seem desperate. Like, they gotta get this one or there'll be nothing else to eat.
Really? I guess you have to be a hunter to tell.
Let's introduce ourselves.
Sure.
Sure, let's introduce ourselves. That'll go well.
We should talk to those people. Maybe they can tell us what's going on.
Good idea. And let's hurry, before those chocobos decide they need to stretch their legs.
I do want to try and fight things, so...
Sorry. You got it.
And the thing about this place as well is there's tons of treasure balls around. I'm curious about that red cactar thing. There's probably a bad idea to be curious about this, but... Because you know what they say about curiosity, right? It usually kills things. But, well. Huh. Okay. Weird. Oh! A little sheep. Hey, don't attack the little sheep. I was like, what are those? Are those enemies? So it's like, they're the little sheep from 13. Yeah, that's only 9% of this map. I think this map is pretty big, if I remember correctly.
What do you want?
Marshall announced the arc-like step people have to help each other to survive. It's your chance to win the acceptance of the hunters. Talk to the villagers, listen to their tales of woe, accept their requests for help, solve their problems, and you will gain their trust. So literally the game is telling you to do side quests. That's literally what the game is telling you to do right now. I think this is sort of the section where I sort of got stuck because I didn't know what to do specifically, so we'll see how I get on.
I have super low every. I have to say, you have bargains.
Huh. Interesting. Let's buy some wind potions. And a couple of 10 fixed stones, why not?
I'll have something.
So I know that like the thing about this place is I know it's big, so I'm sort of curious to. A Grimoire hat. I don't know what that does. Should I perhaps look to see what it does? I probably should. Ooh, kill Libra. Improve potions. Okay. That might be useful to keep.
Easy there.
I'm just sort of filling out the map a wee bit here. Meh.
Listen, we could do with an extra arm. You help us, and I'll give you this map.
Yay, got the map.
If you're here to hunt, find someplace else.
You guys aren't exactly hauling it in. Prey getting scarce?
Yes. Ever since that storm blew up, these lands were teeming with game before that. Friends went to investigate the storm, but they never came back.
So, you want to know what brought on the storm? My friends are out there assessing the situation, but even if I knew, I wouldn't tell anyone that wasn't a hunter.
But Noel's a hunter.
Don't look so surprised. She's right, you know.
Really? Then you wouldn't mind if I put you to the test. Let's see what you can do. We've
Yeah,
been
must
harassed
test
by a pack
the
of
person.
monsters lately. Think you can get rid of them for us?
I mean, we have to, so...
We're counting on you. No one knows why they appeared all of a sudden. What are they after?
So now we have to kill goblins.
Right. Let's go exterminate some pests.
Yeah, as you can see, this place is,
We should search
Lee
somewhere in
Big.
this area, I guess.
And yes, James does have to fill out a little bit of the map. Let me fill out the map a wee bit. I'm not going to fill out all the map, I'm not that manic. But I do want to fill out a good portion of the map. Now we have to fight. Yes, we can fight chocobos. And hey, we caught a chocobo. You caught a chocobo. Yay! We caught a chocobo. I don't think that's how it works, catching a chocobo, but I'm going with it.
That wasn't even a warm-up.
That's a noise that was made by the sheep.
Be careful. Hey.
So, you took care of those little monsters. I have to hand it to you. You're stronger than you look. Thanks for dealing with that little problem. Say, can I ask you another favor? Some of my people are in desperate need of wool. Why don't you go and talk to the folk over there? They'll fill you in.
There are sheep. You can just take the wool from the sheep. They're everywhere.
I heard you took care of our monster infestation problem. I'm impressed. Now that you've proven yourselves, I have another favor to ask of you. I need help collecting wool from the sheep wandering the plains. I appreciate whatever you can do to help. You'll come across some sheep bigger than the others. They're the ones you want. They have the best wool.
So now there's a quest about sheep. This is what Final Fantasy has degraded into. Collecting sheep wool. Come back here. Come back. Wait, did I just get a chocobo? Southeast, south, and southwest. I think that was southeast. Ah, found it. Hey, come back here. Come back. Chasing sheep. This is what Final Fantasy is degraded into, huh? Got you. I actually want to excuse you. Yeah, we got wool. Yeah, so I think this is where I sort of stopped playing because I wasn't sure what to do.
Thank you so much. The quality of this wool is amazing. Here is a little something for your trouble. Only the best hunters can run around these plains without a care in the world. Maybe, just maybe, you two can save us from the peril hanging over our heads.
So talk to her again, I think?
You're looking into what's causing the storm. I don't know much, but I'll tell you what little I know. The storm only comes when it's really hot and sunny outside.
What should we do then? Wait for the weather to change?
There has to be something we can do.
There's a weather controlling device nearby.
So now we have to use a weather controlling device because that's a thing that exists.
You two are lifesavers. I have to say I'm proud.
There is a direct correlation between weather and monsters. I can teach you how to use the weather control device if you'd like.
Sure.
Come, I'll teach you how to operate the machine. Use the lever to shift the direction of the wind. That's the first step in changing the weather. The weather will change depending on which levers you use. There are 4 possible combinations and 4 possible weather conditions. There is a correlation between monsters and the weather. For example, if you make it rain, the monsters near watering holes will become more vicious. And
You make it rain.
monsters with extraordinary strength may appear. By controlling the weather, you can control what kind of monsters you'll run into. That's about it. If you forget how to work it, come talk to me again.
Thanks.
Sure. Move the right lever first, then the left lever. Oh, we literally made it rain, okay.
We've learned what's behind that storm. There's a monster prowling the grasslands that's taking all the flan. The beast is massive. It can swallow dozens of flan. And when it does, it kicks up that storm we've been seeing.
A beast that can swallow dozens of flan in one go? No, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
If there are flan here, I'll bet you my favorite bow that there's some connection to the giant flan back in Sunlith.
You don't use a bow.
Flan
You use the
portals
sword
swallowed by the monster
thing.
here are being sent through time to Sunlith.
It's a definite possibility.
So we should go check it out, right?
Look. There's no other explanation. They're being sucked into a time rift.
And then they're reappearing back at Sunlith.
Right. If we could take down this beast, we can stop the giant flan from getting any bigger.
Oh, the thing's right in front of it. Meteorite later lever again longer will disappear at base of status, so I need to. There we go. Ravcom Rav, Sen, Ravcom Mad. Yeah, it should be fine, shouldn't it?
It seems the monster feral is causing the storm. Defeating him will most likely end all of our problems.
So just go straight to it, I guess? I will save it actually before I do this. That seems like a good idea. That worked.
Meal time's over.
Hi, big dragon. How are you? Apart from being a big dragon. Oh, I wasn't expecting. There we go, killed it. That wasn't too bad.
Do you think this'll fix the paradox?
Yes. Now let's head back before Snow gets himself into more trouble.
Why, are you worried about him?
What? No. Just figured you'd be itching to see him again.
Oh, if there's one thing I know about Snow, it's that he's as tough as a behemoth. I don't worry too much when he's off on his own.
Well, yeah, I mean, he literally falls from
You know,
pretty much anywhere and pretty much survives because he be video game protagonist
even though you love each other.
and video game hero trope and
You never
Zell
know when someone
2.0.
might disappear from your life. Take it from me, you have to make every moment count.
No.
But it's okay. I believe we can change our fate. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here.
Oh, we get a backpack. Sure. You're looking for a safety camp, but you can't open it yet. Without killing the Giganters, and I can't do that yet. Now head back to Sunlight.
So the fragment was causing a storm. The monster swallowed it by accident, but it kept working inside it.
Exactly. That's why it seemed the storm was coming right out of its mouth. Is that it?
Oh. I see. I was about to say, like, don't exit the game accidentally.
Time and memory. Where's No.
I knew it.
Oh gee, I wonder where he could have went. Could he have went to fight the thing that we told him not to fight?
He's gone off to fight on his own.
Yeah, we all knew that wouldn't work.
Snow! That's enough.
You really don't know when to quit.
No, apparently you don't. There we go. Once I got the stagger on. Yay, we did it.
Looks like I needed the cavalry after all. Maybe going solo was a bad idea.
You knew you had
Oh,
no
you
chance of
think?
winning. Why did you even try?
Fang and Vanille, I guess. pillar is getting eaten away bit by bit. I can't just stand by and watch. Not when those two are in danger.
You couldn't just sit still and wait for help, could you? Typical.
Hey, I do what I do, all right?
You're the worst of them all. I hate your kind. You think you're everyone's protector, everyone's hero, but who do you save, really? You even realize how useless you are? Do you realize what you do to the people you're supposed to protect?
Now you wait just a damn minute. You've been looking after Sarah. And back in your own time, you protected your village and your friends, am I wrong? Seems to me, you and I are pretty much the same.
You and I are the same cliche.
You don't get it. You don't know anything. You're wrong, we're not the same. I couldn't protect anyone.
No? You know what, forget it. Maybe you're right. You've got to survive. Because if you don't, then neither will anyone you love. Listen, I'm sorry I charged in on my own.
Snow.
I guess what I'm saying is, you keep looking after Sarah for me, okay?
Huh?
Sure.
Snow? What's happening?
Time is up.
Bye, Troy Baker.
But we
It's
resolved
nice.
the paradox.
Maybe that's the reason. The timeline is correcting itself. Things that don't belong in this era are disappearing. Snow is a contradiction. He comes from a past that no longer exists.
No! Stop it! I won't let you go!
Well, you kind of have to.
I can't be with you here.
No! Please don't leave me! I can't lose you over and
It'll
over!
be okay. Heroes never die.
A secret. But how?
See,
Yeah, that's never explained, by the way, how he actually got another Lucy brand.
No!
This is what it means to change time.
Why did he have the brand? Who made Snow on the sea? Why?
He might not have been forced. Maybe it was something he asked for.
Not in a million years! Who would be insane and stupid enough to do that?
Snow?
What if he needed to protect
Snow's
someone?
pretty insane
He
and
could
stupid.
only do that with the power of the Lassie.
Everyone knows what happens to Lassie. Succeed or fail, they're doomed.
Snow only cares about the people he's trying to protect. Damn the consequences. Damn himself. If it means helping my friends, I'll gladly become a Lassie. Sound like something he'd say?
Yeah, that's Snow.
And you hate him for that.
Eh.
Yes, I hate him. But I understand him too.
That's it.
Well,
I've decided. Snow is always putting himself in danger, trying to save others. So, I'm going to save him. When I became a Lassie, he did everything he could to help me. Now it's my turn. I swear, I won't stop until I find him again.
Okay. And I'll make sure you do. He asked me to look after you, remember?
Kippo.
When two people part and go their separate ways, their memories split as well. Some people wish they could go back and be together like before. Others look forward to the day they can meet again. Sarah, the future is yours. Follow your path. Don't stop now.
Well, we did it.
Cocoon should hold now, for a while longer at least. The rest will have to leave to Hope and the other researchers.
See, it's just, even after all that, you still have to actually, like, grab the artifact. Which is a bit silly. Why can't they just give it to you? But I guess because they just didn't want to do that. I check actually? Because I didn't really check my monsters. Yeah, I have 2 chocobos. Huh. Wonder why. Because normally you can't get multiple of the same. So that's an interesting thing.
That's way out of reach. Looks like a job for Mog. Leave it to me, Kupo. Go, Mog.
Oops. I think I went a bit too far. Oops. Sorry, Mug. There we go.
Awesome.
By the way, I didn't check something. Oh yeah, but no, I have more than enough. Once I get to the gear, actually, I'll do it. I'll do the Crystarium. Because I can do the Crystarium again.
Okay.
Shall we?
Let's.
Oh. Hi, Yule. Hi, Caius.
Will you allow this?
It is not for me to decide.
Love how they just like, hey, we're evil. Well, I'll just turn away. uh. So I'm saving it because we're going to do Crystarium in case I screw up. Rav. Sab. Calm. Sab. Sab. Calm. Sab. 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 Calm. Rav. Calm. Rav. Calm, calm. Rav, calm. Rav, calm, Rav. So should be calm bonus boost. Calm. Mad. Calm. Mad. Calm. Mad. 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 Calm. Mad. Calm. Mad. Mad. Calm. Mad. Calm. Mad. Calm. Mad. Calm. Mid bonus boost. Just checking. Yeah, that'll be the next one. 41, 41, 5, 47, 10. 51, 44, 3, 27, 19. Yeah, that's right.
Time and memory.
I don't know which one's which, so we're just gonna... Hey, Hyper Chukro. Hello. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing good. Oh, this is Serendipity, okay. So I guess... Yeah, we can't go in. Right, okay, well... I'm slightly lost here, but we'll figure it out, because I do have a guide. So... which you definitely need for this game. Ah, this is the Void Beyond, so this is where I'm meant to go. I do like the emote. Yeah, I love that emote. That's a really good emote. Yeah, I'm doing good. It's Friday, and just going through all the Final Fantasy games that I've been doing since I hit affiliate, and we're on Final Fantasy XIII-2. So, this is one that I've never beaten.
It's easy to get lost when you leap across time, Kupo.
So,
We can go back to the gate anytime.
a little bit more
Let's take a
one that I'm not familiar with.
Thanks.
And we're not doing the MMOs,
Say,
just for
Sarah,
reference sec,
you remember when you told me that you saw lightning in me?
because that would take 50 million years.
Are you still having them?
No. The last time I saw lightning was the night before we met. Although...
So effectively we're replacing 14 with the 13 trilogy, because we're playing this and then we'll be playing Lightning
I
Returns.
was just curious.
Alright.
Sarah looks...
My turn.
Sarah's
I want
pissed.
to know about Yule.
I don't know anything about either of the Yules you met.
Uh-huh.
What do you mean? She could be a time traveler, right? Just like you and me and Snow.
I don't think so. She's like a reincarnation. A new Yule born over and over.
I'm in the middle of
Each
getting all the
generation
fragments of this
farces,
game again, the
girl,
account,
same face, the same
and see if I
eyes.
did with it before it's lost. I basically forced to do it all second time.
So
Oh!
you're saying every age we travel
I
to
feel
is
that
different Yule
pain in my actual
Yule
soul.
from
We're not
Erba,
doing
Yule
that,
from
by the way.
Yasha's
I'm not getting all the fragments.
But they're
I
all
don't hate
different.
myself that much.
Neither of the Yules
Because I've heard how hard it is. We're just beating the game here, but I've heard like a lot. Some of the fragments are really annoying, like the casino one.
I've been thinking. If we keep
Because a friend of mine called
traveling
Dippus,
through
he
time
did
and looking for
13-2 with
paradoxes
all
and
fragments.
changing history, doesn't that mean the future you
Less
come
hard
from
and just
will
annoying.
change along
Yeah,
with everything else?
yeah.
Perhaps it'll become a future where I never existed.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like someday, maybe one day, I'll do an all fragments
It's okay
playthrough,
if it
but
does.
that would have to be like a massive like sub goal or something
There's
like
too much
that.
sadness in my world. Your future.
Or like one of my...
It'd be better
Actually,
for
that could be a
me
bad idea. That could be on my bad idea list. So I have a bad idea list of like
Come on.
games
let's
and
go.
just
We've got to
totally
deal with
out
lightning,
there
remember?
insane challenges that I want to do someday. If I feel masochistic enough. Oh, fragments could be on there. Depends how much I like this game enough to do that. I mean, that's the whole point of bad idea list.
This is the void beyond, Kupo. It's just one of the many shadows of Valhalla to be found, Kupo.
So it looks
Kupo.
similar, but it's really a separate world. That's why there are all these little this throne. I remember it from my dream. This is where lightning was praying to the goddess.
Yeah, it's literally the Dark Souls throne. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Sarah. It's just the Dark Souls throne. Nothing happens if you sit on it. Nothing at all. The casino fragment will make you hate this game. Yeah, not worth it. Wow. Yeah, as I said, I've seen a friend of mine, Dippus, he did it. He did all fragments and got to this casino, and I'm just like, no. Yay, we unlocked the casino! Speaking of, well, let me save it, because that was the thing we did. Do we have to do this? I guess we just go in it and see what the deal is. Because I think this is the part of the game where I sort of don't know too much about now. I think this is where I stopped playing when I first played this game, so I think it's around this area where I sort of stopped playing for the first time. So we're sort of in new grounds going into this section. So I guess we just go in and see what the crack is. Because why not? Because it does say that you get fragment skills, so I wonder if I can get that. Take you 8 hours in this playthrough. I ended up sticking a rubber band and a penny on my controller and cleaned the house. Yeah. That sounds fun. Trademark. So, shitty gold saucer? Yeah, shitty gold saucer.
Check it out. What is this place?
I don't think it's a theme park. Maybe a casino? But I've never seen anything like it before.
Or probably more modern
Guess it's worth taking a look.
gold saucer. Like, I actually want to see, like, whenever Final Fantasy Remake Part 2 comes out, what they do with gold saucer.
Welcome to our timeless paradise, Serendipity. You guys are travelers lost in time, right? Is this your first time here?
Wait, so you know who we are?
All sorts of people come here for different
Are
reasons.
those?
Don't worry.
Yeah, they are.
Get in the way of you having fun. In this place, we're all just servants of the goddess. You might know her as Lady Luck.
Hey, Lady Luck was a dress fair in 10-2. Shush.
All the better. You've heard of beginner's luck, haven't you? To be
Beginner's luck technically doesn't work. Luck is just luck.
Go enjoy.
Yay, we got the casino. I'll not forget about the passage of time for a while and visit the wondrous gaming halls of Serendipity. In this casino at the edge of eternity. Sure, there's a casino at the edge of eternity. I can believe that. All the gambling is done using casino coins. Once you have amassed a sufficient number of coins, you can exchange them for a variety of prizes found only in Serendipity. Casino coins can be purchased with gills, so make the exchange just for the first stop. Yeah, we got the map. And we got a casino ticket. Mog, where to play? Hey, no! Mog, come back! Oh god. So... Oh.
The first
No,
rule
I
of
want to...
gambling is knowing when to quit. But I do
When the fun
want
stops,
the
stop.
patrons get excited about letting their bets ride. They look so hopeful. I recommend the slot machines to any first timers. If you
Uh-huh.
your chocobo, the chocobo races are the way to go.
Well, I have
Some
two.
are still under construction. I I hope you come back when they're finished to enjoy the new attractions we'll be offering.
Like, if you stood in that spinning thing, wouldn't you get, like, really dizzy after, like, about 5 minutes? I know I would, especially if you suffer from motion sickness. You'd be dead if you went on that.
My dear travelers of time, I see you.
Why is the final boss music from Final Fantasy XIII playing
Well, we're
in
not
this section?
exactly sure what they do.
Those fragments are remnants of a time past. The goddess's will is that they fall into the hands of those with the purest of hearts.
Are we pure of heart?
Something we're supposed to have, or
You too are the rightful bearers. You will find more as you continue your journey in the outside world. Come back and present them to me, and I shall grant you a humble gift.
It's weird taking you seriously when you have a chocobo outfit on.
This must be the goddess's will. Please.
Chocobo Lady is the final boss. I would believe that.
Escape the nightmare it faces.
Okay. Fragment Skull box on the manifestation has been unlocked. Muggle is new and improved. Even if you don't see the treasure, try throwing Mog in random directions, you may not come back empty-handed. Interesting. Okay. Haggler. Once you've collected some fragments, visit the Mystic and Serendipity who awaken these powers venues, but is known as Fragment Skills. Fragment Skills are abilities unknown until that power is awakened inside you. Press triangle in the main menu, select Fragment Skills, customize your powers. Cool.
If you present me.
I guess we do this? Oh. Okay. Yes. I mean, I obviously want more of this. Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely want these. Okay, well, I guess that's all we can do here. There's a game room to the right. In this room, you get coins to play the games. Alright, okay. So, over here? Oh, there's a chest here. Let's get that. Lightning Mask! Wait, can I make my monsters look like lightning? Please let that happen. Please let that be a thing that I can do. Where is it? Dormants. Oh my god! It's adorable! It's hold on, what does Fabio look like with this? This is gonna be no. Yes. Absolutely yes. 100% yes to that. Instead of a backpack. Oh dear. Video games.
I'm here to assist you with whatever you need. Do you have any questions on how to play any of the games?
You gave your chocobo monster a sword. It's so funny to me for literally no reason. I mean,
You'll need to purchase casino coin.
you know, things are funny for no reason a lot of the time. That's a huge mood. Right, well I think that's all we can do here. So that was fun. I'm not going to mess about here too much, but we got the things that we needed to get. So I'm pretty happy. Although I didn't say like where I could get the items. So I didn't actually check that. Not going for the slots? How dare you?
Welcome! This is where you can exchange your coins. In order
But I
to
don't
play
have
the
any
games
coins.
at the casino, first you'll need to purchase casino coins here. Once you
Oh,
have
okay.
enough
I can do that
casino
here.
Coins, you can come back and trade them in for prizes. Stop by any time to check out our exciting selection of wonderful and useful prizes.
Oh, this is it. Oh, right. Okay, so I can just exchange my tickets for that. Sure. Oh, you only got 100. Wow. Chaos Crystal, 10,000. Just one gil. Setzer, what are you doing here? Shuffle. Oh, that's all, well, you can get Phoenix Dice for 400. That's actually quite a lot. Oh, hi, Ribbon. How are you? 10,000? Uh-huh. Okay, so it's 1 per 10. I mean, it might as well. Let's see how this goes.
Don't get too greedy.
I don't know, I don't know where they are.
Don't get so worked up.
I actually don't know where the slots are.
Machines have good days and bad days. How well you do depends on their mood. Talk to me if you want to know the condition of any of the machines we have here.
Oh, is that a thing? So it's Dragon Quest rules. Where basically each of the machines has
It's like
a
hot summer's
mood.
day.
Interesting. Okay. Because I thought the... Oh, those bite-looking things are the slots. Right, okay. I was like, are they the slots? Because I was like, they don't look like any kind of slots I've ever seen in my life. So I was like, But I can't use them. I'm pressing X at
The
them,
machines have. Talk to me if you.
and nothing's happening. Oh, there we go. You can go for that one. Well, I'm sure. Okay, press R1 to insert casino coins. And yeah, use down to pull lever. Okay. Press the buttons from left to right to stop the reels. Buttons can be pressed in any order during regular gameplay. Oh, okay. How do you stop it automatically? Okay, so you can't just press all three at the same time. I get you. Oh hey! Well, I won something. How do you exit out of this? Oh, autoplay. There's autoplay, right. Oh, autoplay doesn't work the way I think it does. Yeah, I figured out it's select. Well, that was fun. Now, never to do that again. I have enough experience with slot machines in Dragon Quest. I'm not going to do it with Final Fantasy, thank you very much. and it came out with a loss, so when the fun stops, stop. That's how that works. You have to hold the button down at all times and use auto mode, which is why I use the rubber bands. Yeah, that's why I couldn't figure out why, like, I pressed the buttons and autoplay wasn't working. But you have to hold the button down, which is what I didn't do. Oh well, that's fine. Oh, time reversal. Yay. So Academia then. And save. Ugh. That's another thing that sort of is interesting about this game is the save takes a long time. But I guess there's a reason for that.
In 400 A.
Now, apparently here's a good place to grind. You can just stand still and the enemies come towards you and you just kill them. Which seems a bit broken? Oh, your least favorite area. Oh, good. That fills me with confidence.
The power to influence the future. The power to alter destiny.
Such an ability may, if one was not careful, change.
Besides the casino, but that doesn't really count. Yeah. Oh hey, it's the Bone of Vestige from the first game. Also, I love how in video games the future is always depicted as we're going to have flying cars. And we have never developed flying cars. Because I feel that just, like, that would just be a massive lawsuit if they were to crash.
Wow. How do you build something like this?
With great difficulty.
A little bit at a time, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
Probably took a lot of people working together over decades, maybe even centuries, to make this city what it is now.
They had a vision for the future, and it grew from there, huh? You know what, Sarah? I used to think the only way to make a better future was to change something right away, in the here and now. But creating something for people to build on? That's not a bad idea.
Motivational speech by Noel this time instead of Hope.
Right? Even if it can't be completed in one lifetime, it's still worth starting. If you believe that someone in the next generation will take up the same ideal, then the dream lives on.
Yeah.
That sounds like Hope's way.
I wish she could have seen it.
You mean? She's very special to you, isn't she?
She was, but I couldn't protect her.
Aww. Poor Noel.
Oh. Huh?
Oh look, it's Sif again. I'm just instantly transforming into Sif without doing a focus.
Who did this?
Not a human. Only Fal'Cie have this power.
Yeah, just gonna wait until these guys get to me, because
We gotta stop it.
right. For entire, right, okay, yes. Anyway, from where you touch down, hit east and activate the panel next to the escalator to the north. This one?
Now things are going our way, Kubo.
Hey, I want to save you guys. Let me save you guys. I don't know if you get a reward for saving these guys, I assume you do. Oh wow, you don't get very much in terms of rewards for that, so probably not better fighting them then. Hop on, go up, move north along the alleyway and go east at the end. You'll be trapped, but if you activate the nearby panel, the bar will go down. Sigma? What is this? Virtual's last reward?
The bots must see us as intruders.
I know it's a Greek letter, but
We should look for a way to slip through.
anytime I see the word Sigma, just instantly remind of that game.
This terminal's on. Shall we do some snooping?
Snoop away. We can't fight back if we don't know what we're facing.
Please stop using the word snoop. Oh god. It's out of control and you find yourself trapped inside a limited area. Defeat the security bots that guard the glowing barricades and escape the lockdown. There's one path before you. If you come across an enemy you just can't beat, try another route forward. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh my god. The hell? Yeah, that's the first time I've seen this map. Okay. I can sort of see now why this is your least favorite area, Chocobo. Oh gosh. Okay. Right. Well, then I better I better follow the guide to the letter then. Crossing any barrier will cause an alarm to trigger and you'll be attacked. Head east a little and take your first left turn.
Who's closing things off?
I don't think.
You'll find a woman by another terminal and chuckle in at the end. Talk to the woman at the terminal, gain a quest.
It is a who. This is all the work of machine.
I'm working on restoring the network. The database is being flooded with corrupt information.
Corrupt information? Is that a side effect of the paradox?
That's the current theory. At this rate, it won't be long before the entire network is infected.
Is there anything we can do to help?
There is. The paradox seems to be spreading from our topographical databanks. If we can replace this section with the correct data, maybe we can stop the corruption.
And
is that how that
we
works?
can do this?
Yes, you can. What we need is data from places that someone has physically visited. We need area maps that are 100% confirmed.
So basically follow all the maps. Sure. I mean, I'm not going to do that, but...
You've brought data on this... I sure hope we...
But...
Oh, thinking about the sea makes me so sad.
At least we did a little bit of...
People, you know, they live their lives just like you and me. Well, not exactly like me, of course, since I'm not human. I feel so
You're
bad,
not human?
But I might feel better if you buy something.
I don't think I want to ask, but I'm going to ask. This map is probably the worst to 100%. Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
Thank you kindly. I hope my shop is helping people in some way, no matter how indirectly.
Even from just a little bit of the map that I saw there, it's just like, oh god. There's always a tiny spot you can never see. That's so frustrating. Good thing I'm not a completionist, because I feel I would actually legitimately hate myself if I did that. Right, exit the area to the northeast. So... here? No? That wasn't right. Yeah, no, northeast is... northeast is that. Then head along this hallway east and south. Luckily these things are really easy.
They're taking up position in front of the wall.
Wait. There's nowhere to go? Well, there was. I just didn't. Maybe I went the wrong way. Well, maybe I shouldn't doubt myself just yet until I... until I actively confirm that this was the right way or wrong way. It's a good thing these things are easy, you'll be fighting them every 5 seconds. Yeah, it seems that way, doesn't it? Unfortunately, you don't get very much CP for them, but...
That guy must have been the gatekeeper.
Okay, so that was the way to go. You come to an open...
Guess so. Now we know how to get past the rest of these barricades.
Oops. Well. Oh great, you do wound attacks. I assume because you're usually metal enemies are weak to thunder, so. So we got that. Loot the orb to the east of him and exit the stairs to the north. You'll force another battle, but no, no different. Oh hi.
Not this way.
What was this?
Well,
No, I think we're trapped.
I think you're right.
you think we're trapped? Gee, wonder what gave that away.
All right, we give up. We won't fight anymore, so why don't you show yourself?
Is that a good idea?
Caius.
Pretend to capitulate and buy yourself time. It's not a bad strategy.
You've got no reason to fight me, Caius.
Wrong. You are the enemy. You are contradictions in the timeline. I have every reason to eliminate you.
Alright,
200 years
Edgelord.
ago, you learned the forbidden history, and were entombed in that tower as a consequence. But now you stand before me alive and well once again. What can that be if not a paradox?
Towers and forbidden histories? What's he talking about? Could it be something from the future?
He's villain monologuing.
Could be. Maybe at some point we traveled 200 years before this time and encounter Caius there. But I
He's
don't fear
standing
the
right in
legend
front
kills.
of you.
There
You're
is no
talking,
mistake. You are one and the same. A distortion, a contradiction.
Caius, this is unlike you. If we're in your way, why not just stop us yourself?
A fitting sacrifice was required for you to comprehend your
Although I do like
transgressions.
Caius's voice. I don't know who voice acted him, but whoever did the voice actor for Caius. A+ for being just edgelord.
Sarah!
Right.
Caius just chilling when I talk. Good bro. I know, right? Oh, so there's a quest marker? Oh god. Right, so did the after talking to Caius and beating both battles, activate the panel to the east and travel down the stairs.
Doing that? But why? Why would you do that?
Over here.
The Kunstfalsi were like that too. They wouldn't think twice about sacrificing human life.
Or conversely, just jump repeatedly down. How about we don't do that and just take the stairs like a normal person would do? Oh god, maybe I shouldn't have bought this. Luckily I've grinded it a wee bit, so my characters are pretty strong for this area. And also these enemies are really weak, so it's like... double advantage. At the bottom, turn west and make your way along the road here. West would be, yeah. So west would be this way. Alright, I do hope I'm going the right way here.
These people. This is happening because of us.
And we're the only
I was trying to avoid the encounters, but they seem to just keep appearing, so it's like they lock your retry option. Music's cool though.
We can't stop now. It's just what Caius would want.
Now, there's a lot of enemies here. There's a lot. There's no way to avoid these enemies. It's really annoying really fast when you're walking around looking for stuff. Wonder how the speedrun does this section then.
Your very existence poisons the timeline and invites disaster.
He really is convinced we're the cause of this paradox, huh?
Vermin. If this tragedy is to come to an end...
Big reason for my distaste for it. Yeah, I can see why. It's just constant.
Caius, we gotta catch him and make him talk.
Take it easy.
Not bad, just annoying. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, these things. These things are evasive. Good. Yeah, well, if I'm not going to avoid them, then I might as well try and get the preemptive. To get a little bit of haste going.
Let's get back to it.
At the end, let's return north and fight another fencer. Did he literally chuck a car at me?
Which part was that?
He thinks we're his enemies because of something that happened in the past. So we travel back in time and find out why.
Oh, I see. So now we can't, this map gets a lot easier to explore later on in the game, which I unfortunately didn't know during our first 100% playthrough. Oh, gosh. So how many times have you,
Okay.
completed this game then, if you don't mind my asking?
Hey, do you think there could be a gate on the far side?
And Caius smashed the bridge to block our path? If he thinks that's gonna stop us, he can think again.
I think I'm going the wrong way here. Oh god. Because I don't think I've met anyone that's like played this game as extensively as you, which is why I ask. There we go. You've only gotten 100% once, but beaten it twice normally, probably twice now, so this will be your 4th playthrough. That's still a lot. That's still a lot. Like, fair play. I assume we go up this? I actually don't know. I'm sort of making assumptions here on where to go.
No, look! Now he's over there!
Damn it. What's his deal?
I didn't even see that enemy. So I just assume it's there. Didn't even see those enemies. I was like, where are they? So I could try and get the preemptive on them. They're probably, like, because they're flying, I assume they're like really high above me, so I was like, couldn't even get a preemptive on them. You could be wrong with that, it's been a while between playing free. I mean, you know, still, I would say you've played it enough times to be familiar with the game. Man, I think I've went the wrong way here. Because I didn't see the fencer. So I think I went the wrong way here. Although, that's like go up with the escalator, which we just did, so maybe I am going the right way. Oh yeah, no, the quest marker's there, so I'm going the right way. I didn't fight the fencer though, so maybe it's just weird. Or maybe the fencer was a different way? I don't know, I'm confused, but it doesn't matter. You made it to the final boss in Lightning Returns and then stopped playing for a day, never went back to it. Still haven't made it to this day. Well, I've never even played it, and that whenever we do get round to Lightning Returns, which will be after this game, it'll be my first playthrough. So that's gonna be fun. So I'm sort of in the same boat. I've never beaten it. I just owned it for ages, never played it. Oh god, can I can't get past you, can I? I can't fight that, right? Oh, maybe this is one of the bosses. Right, okay, well, I guess we go for it. Oh, that wasn't the boss, okay. I was expecting that to be the boss. So that's weird. Maybe I have to do something to activate the boss?
Let's get back to it.
Yeah, I can't go up, so I have to go back round. Okay. Yeah, so I can't even find them to get the preemptive to stop that retry option being locked. Luckily they're easy. Like if they're difficult and they cause game overs, I feel this area would be a lot more frustrating. Although game overs you just retry anyway. So it's kinda weird. Even though the game says retry options locked. If you get a game over, you can still retry it. Oh, you're going for Platinum 13-2 currently. I was going to Platinum Fight Like Returns right after, so it gives me an excuse to finally beat it. That's a pretty good way of doing it. I like that idea. That's a pretty cool way of doing it. Oops. Yeah, as for me, I've just been playing through, like... I started playing through every single main numbered offline Final Fantasy whenever I hit affiliate. So I've been going through them relatively slowly. I took a wee break after Final Fantasy VIII. Then restarted January this year on Final Fantasy IX. So we've had to take a few breaks for IRL reasons, but we're here now with Final Fantasy XIII-2. So that's the reason why we're sort of going through this. But that also gave me an excuse to beat the games that I hadn't beaten yet, like this one, and obviously give me a chance to play the games I haven't even tried yet, like Lightning Returns. And I've never beaten 15 either, so whenever we get to 15, that'll be a first time beating it. Never beaten Tactics War of the Lions, so that's our bonus game. For whenever we finish 15. And our second bonus game is Strangers of Paradise, which I've never played before, so... Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I literally bought a PS4 for Final Fantasy XV. Which is funny with how it worked out, because obviously 16 is coming out for PS5, and I don't own a PS5 currently, so I'm like, do I want to do this again? Do I want to buy another console for another Final Fantasy game? But now that I've done this for Twitch, I'm like, I kind of have to now. I kind of feel duty bound. That'll happen at some point. But with the price increase of the PS5, that's I can't justify it just yet. We'll see.
Should we keep chasing him? We'll just run into another trap.
Oh, okay, so no weaknesses. But yeah, a lot of people I know didn't really play 15. Because people were still angry that it was... that basically 15 was basically like supposed to be another entry into the Final Fantasy XIII sort of line. And then they changed it. So it's kind of like,
I'm willing to take that risk.
I'm sorry, Chocobo. I will try and escape as soon as I can. I will try and escape as soon as I possibly can. But yeah, I'm like getting annoyed of all the encounters. I'm just like, please just let me pass. Because I think we're close to the boss, and then after the boss is, we can actually get out of this area. So. Yeah, a lot of people actually say that 13-2 is the best in the trilogy. A lot of people have said that to me. You know, so I'm a weird person in that I actually liked 13. I'm just a weird individual. Don't ask questions. So I'm like, and then I remember, as I said, I played this before and I sort of gave up. It must have been around this area. I don't know why. I just sort of wasn't feeling it, I guess. But as I said, this gives me an opportunity to give it a second chance, effectively.
Could the gate be over there?
You liked 13 before you went for 100%. Yeah. Yeah. I can imagine that. 100% for 13 is, basically max all weapons, all missions, possibly, things like that. I didn't go for all missions because of Neo Chew, but yeah. Basically platinum. Killing the Longwy or whatever it is. Dealing 9999 damage. I guess we do. Oh, he's immune to lightning. 200 odd hours on 13 is pretty sick of it. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a mood. I've definitely spent 200 plus hours on an RPG before though. That being Octopath Traveler, but that's because I really liked the game, and I did do a bit of speedrunning on it for a bit during my time. Wow, that was ridiculously easy, okay. I should have actually gone for the first guy first. Or the one with the lowest hit points first, but I didn't know he was the one with the lowest hit points. So I went for the other one first. Oh no, not Yule again, dying again. I was expecting not this boss theme. I was expecting the hardcore heavy metal rock boss theme that we had for the flan, but this is pretty cool too. Okay, that wasn't too bad.
You... Are you okay? No!
Oh crap. Oh, tentacles. No, why did you give us these tentacles? We all know what happens with tentacles. Yes, Octopath is very fun. I would recommend it highly, but I'm slightly biased. I am very biased on Octopath. Oh. I see how this works. And here's the hardcore boss music. I was looking for it. The protagonist anger. Once I hit stagger, I'm going to try the spider web here. Try and inflict the D-shell on it. Yes, it worked! More magic damage! More magic damage! All the magic damage! This is the heavy metal chocobo theme, I'm correct. I haven't experienced the heavy metal chocobo theme yet, but I've heard of it. And I know it very well, but I haven't actually got to that point in the game yet. And I can't wait. I can't wait to rock out to chocobo theme. That's a sentence you never expect to say in a Final Fantasy game. But we're saying it. Man, we are wrecking this guy's. Okay, well we were. Okay, well that was that was a bit rough. I should have been paying attention to my health a little bit more there. Ow, 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 ow. Right, stop. Okay. Okay, that was combat clinic time. I prefer to have a better medic because my medic is currently got 800 hit points, whereas my other guys are 1,000. It's like maybe they have a better medic. There we go. Nice shot.
I've got it.
Nice throw, by the way. Oh. Just chuck right into his heart.
You'll lie.
Oh no, you'll die again.
If I were to live, it would bring contradiction to the timeline.
But why?
It's because of us. Just like Kaya said, we're causing a
On this playthrough, you've got a bunch of different colored chocobos, so the most part is full of it's the same with chocobos filling different roles. Yeah, I've heard the chocobos are pretty good.
Caius,
Of all the different colors.
Caius is not here.
I've heard all of them are just really, really good.
You'll hold on, please.
No.
Like, if I got I think it's the green chocobo that's the medic one. If I got that one, that would be pretty good. And maybe the Sentinel one. And maybe the Rav one. I'd be happy with those three. And maybe the Calm one as well, maybe?
For the love of Etro, don't thank me.
Because I've realised that Sentinel, or Synergists and Saboteurs aren't really that useful in this game. It's all about being just aggressive and healing and defending. No time for, like, status effects.
An artifact from Yule.
Although I wonder if Poison's still the same.
She's showing us the way.
Golden Chocobo is the best comm in the game pre-DLC. Wow. Well, I'll have to look out for that. I doubt I'll get it, but you never know. I could be lucky. Yeah, we got the tower artifact. Oh, I see. No, that's Rian on the camera. I thought it was, oh, right, we're going the wrong way. Whoops. Man. Is there not? Ah, there's a chest here. 1050 gil. Yay. Alright.
Yule saw everything, you realize that? She knew exactly what would happen today. There was never a time she didn't.
But even so, she didn't try to avoid her fate.
It's the law of the Farseers. Seers must not change history to save themselves. Because if they do, they can doom thousands of others to a worse fate instead. How about it? Ready for the truth?
No?
The law of the Farseers. It's a terrible thing to live by. Because to obey it means someone has to sacrifice themselves. Lightning, tell me, is there no way for us to save everybody? Noel and I are traveling through these gates because we believe we can change our fate.
I mean, probably.
As we do, I can't forget what Yule said. She said Caius isn't in this city. But if that's true, who was it that we met here?
Video games. Oh wow, we have more than enough. Didn't realize how much CP we actually got. Well, time to do this again. So I'm following a guide for the optimal way to upgrade your Crystarium, because there's a guide to that of boosting your stats so much that it's really gonna help. Just in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm saving it before I do this, so in case I mess up. And also because I haven't saved it yet. Right. Rav. Seb. Med. Sab. Sab. Med. Rav. Med. Rav. Med. Rav. Med. Rav. Med. Med. Rav. Med. Rav. Med. And Rav. So I should be able to get increased ATB. And did you Knowles? It's interesting that his expansion bonus is not the same as Sarah's, but I guess they didn't want him to have 5 ATB, but I'm just obeying it. That's all I'm doing. Calm. Mad. Calm. Mad. Calm. Mad. 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 Calm. Mad. Calm. Mad. Mad. Calm. Mad. Calm. Mad. Calm, mad, calm. Calm. Mad. Calm. And mid bonus +2, apparently. So final levels for him: 60, 44, 3, 27, 30. 41, 49, 5, 50, 19. Yes, that's correct. Right, this place, Augusta Tower. Interesting. Also stretch brick. Well, is game saving? I guess that's the advantage of this game's long saving.
Augusta.
Long loading time is long.
You wanted us to come here.
The gates link places and eras that are connected somehow. Do you remember the forbidden history? The one
You're getting
Kai's was
close,
talking
141 out of 160. The deed is almost on. That's pretty good going. That's really good going.
200 years ago, you learned the forbidden history, and were entombed in that tower as a consequence.
Could this be the tower?
First off, we need to find out exactly where we are.
You come to a room with orange panels. Examine all. Examine them all. One of them respond differently.
Paradox effect detected. Emergency lockdown in progress.
Then I can remember what it's like to have fun again. Oh, that sentence. That's the sentence.
Paradox effect detected. Emergency lockdown in progress.
Can I not? No, that's the gate. I don't want the gate. I can't examine. Oh, you have to jump over.
Paradox effect detected. Emergency lockdown
Emergency lockdown in progress. Yeah. Listen, I'm dumb. I didn't think you'd have to actually jump over the desks.
The Proto-Fal'C project was begun in 13 AF under the direction of the Academy.
Okay.
The objective was to develop an artificial Fal'C in order to re-levitate Cocoon. The project was proposed and designed by Alyssa Zidell and directed by Hope Estime.
Do you realize what this means? The Academia Fal'C must have been built by Hope.
He needed the power to float Cocoon.
Vanille and Fang. He did it all for them.
But then Kai's took control of the artificial Fal'C. And now we need to find out why.
Well, to stop it from floating Cocoon and having Cocoon do a meteor from Final Fantasy XIII. Right. This will also open the door to the west. Turning right will show you 2 treasure orbs. I probably shouldn't have done it that way, but I did it.
Can I ask you a stupid question? Is it just me, or can you see all these people around us as well?
Yeah, I can see them. Why did you think I couldn't?
It's
That's
just
such a
that
good
they have
question.
no presence. Like they're not alive.
I know.
I guess we just do this here too.
Thank you for accessing the Academy DataNet. Welcome to the Academy DataNet.
I guess we do this. I'm not actually sure if we do it. 9261. I have a guide.
Welcome. You have accessed the Academy DataNet.
I'm not cheating, you are.
Was that us? From before? This machine can show different eras.
He might have been watching us from here the whole time.
Do you mean Caius?
If that's who he really was, the Caius we met in Academia seemed different to me. I don't think he was the real Caius.
How could you tell?
We used to spend a lot of time together. We were both guardians.
Guardians, huh?
Warriors who were charged
You
with
know, would
protecting the
have a
Seers,
word.
Although I was young back then, just starting out.
First nice lost,
Anyway,
I
we took
cheat.
off. Left me and
No
you
judgment
alone.
here.
I couldn't protect her. Not by myself. Then, when it was just me left,
And we did the slots a little bit.
I went through it, and next thing I knew, I was in Valhalla.
Thanks for explaining how you went through Valhalla, by the way.
You met them there, didn't you? My sister and Caius.
I don't know why I keep running into him wherever I go. But I do know he wouldn't sacrifice the Seers. It's not in him. There's no way he'd allow Yule to come to harm.
Well,
Is that an
we've gotta
artifact
find
over there?
him. You brought us here, and we have to help.
Yeah. Not again. It's so frustrating.
What's wrong?
I'm missing some of my memories.
You're slot deprived.
I'm trying to think about what
I
happened
didn't
after
think
Caius
you, of all
left us.
people, would say that, given how much you hate the slots.
I remember her face. I remember it like it was yesterday.
I can, of course.
All
That's
enemies
I like that emote though. I do like that emote. That's a sad night. That's a sad Choco night. Right. You get the map for Gustatar at this point. Okay, we did. Go back to the previous room and out through the other door. Oh, right, that way. Okay, I see. Kai's just walking around. Hey, I'm being evil and edgelord,
That was Caius, right?
So he is.
and I have the Soul Edge from Soul Calibur with me. You were with the slots for so long, it feels so wrong to leave them. Oh dear. Yeah, get that treasure chest, Mog. Or sorry, treasure ball. The train conductor beret.
You did it!
Yay.
There he is. Now we grab him and find out if he's the real deal.
Maybe you're just a
We have to
glutton
be
for
careful.
punishment.
This could be a trap.
Right, so... Hit back to the right this time you come to a panel that you can't activate because of a
There
paradox.
must be some way we can get.
Why don't we just try the switch?
The circuits are tangled with another age, Kupo.
It's being jammed by a paradox.
Maybe
How can
we can fix
a
it with
computer
key
be
from
jammed
another
by a
time.
paradox? By
Kupo?
time? That doesn't seem to make sense to me. Malfunction switch to prevent you from traveling further in the Gustatar. You need a Gustatar access key 50 to solve the paradox that's causing this malfunction. This item can be found in a different era. Turning a story crux and search for the necessary access key in another time. There's a gate in a different space time that can be opened using a wild artifact. Check all of the icons in the story crux and search for not yet unlocked crystal gate. Great. Well, good thing I have a guide to tell me what to do here. So go back to the historic crux, travel back to Yasus Mastiff, okay. Where's that again? 1x AF. Save. Unlock the gate on the west side of the map with a wild artifact. West. Keep forgetting that anytime I do that, it's opposite on the camera. So it's like west is that way. But it's this way for me because it's like reverse on directions. So unlock the gate on the west side of the map with a wild artifact. Huh. Okay. I guess I can do this? I actually think this is where I got stuck. As I said, it's around that area of, because I definitely don't remember that boss fight that we did in, Academia, so it must be around this area where I sort of got stuck. Oh, right, so it must be that one over there then. Oh, no, I see you. An ivory crystal. I don't know what that does, but we have it. I don't know, do we have access to the Rock and Roll Chocobo theme yet? I don't think we do. I think it's with specifically red chocobos they need to find in order to access it. I don't think we actually have access to it yet. I kind of want to. I mean, I kind of want to. Yeah, I think this is where we go. Yeah. Ah, okay. So that's that. I see. Note you find the Flanator and Leader the Dragoon. They're both fantastic creatures and you should catch both. Well, I'm not going to sit and grind that, but if I get them, I get them. I think the Flanator is the really good Rab, isn't it? I don't remember. And I think the Dragoon is another Sentinel. There's a monster here that's really good at healing. Okay.
If this were to occur,
Well, I'll look out for that one. Forgot it by name, but I can look. Okay. As I said, if I encounter it, I get it. I get it. I think that is maybe the Flanator that this guide is saying. but we'll see.
All this fancy machinery. What's going on here exactly?
The system that controls this facility has been hacked by someone from the
I don't really
outside.
mind backseating, just no story spoilers.
They're trying to use the network in an attempt to override the system somehow.
I was about to say,
Basically, some
I don't
bad
mind
guy snuck
backseating,
in
but
and
just
took over
no,
the tower?
don't
Well,
story
there's an easy
spoil.
solution for that. We just need to find him and solve this whole problem. Case
No,
closed.
no, no. That's what I was literally just about to say. I don't mind it at all. But just don't story spoil.
It seems like the culprit isn't even in this time at all. They're accessing the system.
Obviously, if like it gets excessive, then I'm like, yeah, maybe you should calm down a wee bit. But I haven't had that situation happen yet, so. A future paradox has infested the Augusta Tower of 300 AF, turning its chambers into passages and to a confusing maze. Yay! Confusing mazes! Woo! Restore the rooms to their correct positions and resolve the anomaly. Yay!
We should flip the switch.
Can you hear the excitement in my voice about confusing mazes? Activate it to spin the room. Okay.
Yep, good.
Revolving rooms. I guess the tower has turned into a paradoxical maze. I'm 99% sure that's not a word. Use the switches to rotate the rooms and make your way through the tower. Connecting open doors and passages will open the path before you. Learn which switches move which rooms in order to progress. Okay, well I heard of one.
If the key for the other tower is anywhere, it's here, Kupo.
If it's not,
Oh, this might be the Flanator. Oh no, he's a commando, okay.
No one's hurt, right?
Take the left, or take a left,
when we get to Valhalla, you'll be with us, Mog.
and head to room number 2 southeast. Wait, yeah. Rotate this room and exit into the outer walkway. Ah, right, so you have to rotate it. And thank you for the follow, Hyper Chocobo. Let me know if you prefer a different name. Other, I call you Chocobo, but if you prefer a different name, let me know. I usually just either shorten somebody's username or just call them like one of the two elements of a username. And usually that works. Well, some people are specific. Whichever way is easier. Okay, well for now I'll call you Chocobo. Although I might switch between the two, but as you say, it doesn't matter to you, so that's fine. Oh, this might be the Flanator. And here's a strat of being able to catch enemies. Retry, and if you don't get it, retry. So slightly cheating, but nope, didn't get it. Retry. I don't know how rare this is, so I'm not gonna. But it only really works if there's another enemy that you don't really want. Not cheating using smarts. Now you're thinking like me. Now you're thinking like me, Shinwo. Absolutely. Whether that's a good thing or not, that's I'll leave that to your discretion. Oh crap, I didn't pause in time. Whoops. Oh well. Well, it wasn't... I wonder how rare that is. Probably rare. Like, it didn't come up 3 times, so I'm assuming it's rare. So I assume you just rotate this.
Can it go any further?
Rotate it so the rooms are in the correct positions. Oh, so you have to rotate it again.
Yep, that's perfect.
Also, this music is kind of weird. They spawn a lot, so it should come eventually. Yeah. Well, if they spawn a lot, then even if I don't get it here, I can just grind it off stream. So another wee thing is I don't usually grind on stream. So if I do need to grind in specific RPGs, I mainly do it off stream. Hop into the elevator that has come down for you. Okay. First, must fill out map. Must fill out map. Oh, just one of you. I just seen the texture and I thought, oh, maybe the Planitor's there, but it ain't. Wow, 16. An elevator will come down on the outer ring. That's your goal. Check to the west to find Chocolina, and then south of her is the terminal. Oh, right, I see it. The reason got away with it by often they spawn you most likely get it just play for the air. Yeah, I know. My luck is kind of weird. And as I said, I kind of do need a better medic than one that has only like 800 hit points. So if this thing is a better medic, then I'm, you know, I might go for it. But I'll not like spend obviously the entire stream trying to get it, but. What have you got, Chocolina?
Hey there. Wanna see what I got?
Sure. Just same as always. Huh. Okay, Chamberless level 2, what does that do? You thought the guy had to spend 8 hours on slots. Yeah, I wasn't going to mention that. But you mentioned it yourself, so... Oh, I didn't actually check your... I didn't actually check your accessories. Just same stuff? Yeah, same stuff. Oh, now you get, power silvers. Okay, cool. And more Gashel grains. Yeah, I'm fine.
See you later, Choco Gator.
See you later, Choco Gator. Use that to spin the West Room twice.
Yep, that's perfect.
Oh, Vitality Bolts. Am I supposed to be remembering these numbers? I feel I am. Head south to get the other amusement terminal spin. But the guide will probably tell me what the combination is anyway, so I have no fear.
Could it go any further?
I wonder if it'd be like to actually be in a room that spins.
We nailed that one.
Like a room that actually rotates. It'd probably be like one of those weird instances of like, oh, this thing's moving. I don't like that it's moving. But if you suffer from like motion sickness or something like that, that would be really bad. You're like, this is not good. I don't like. Oh, we got it. Run straight ahead to room 7 and walk inside. That looks more like a question mark than the 7, but okay. Walk out the room to the right. Just outside the room is the terminal. Spin it. Spin room 7 3 times. And then use room 7 to get to room 2. First must fill out all of map before I do so. Because I'm weird like that. It's weird, like I literally said like a few minutes ago, I'm not doing 100% of all the maps, but if it's there, I'm gonna go to it. Thus this gives me an opportunity to try and... Aha! That's what I was looking for. Nope. Didn't get it. I wonder what the catch rate of it is. I use catch rate like it's Pokemon, when it's not Pokemon. It's hard to tell. Usually it's pretty easy to tell if you have it, because you see the little white just as you've killed the enemy. So that's how you sort of tell if you've got it or not. That's how you tell if you've got it. If you see the sort of little white crystal just as it's dying, then you've got it. I'll not spend too long on this. If I don't get it, I'll maybe like give it like maybe 2 or 3 tries. If I don't get it, I don't get it. I'll just grind it off stream. Yep, got it. Got it. Sweet. Got it. There it is, Flanator. I mean, at level 1, he has only, like, what's that, like, 9 hit points below you? Yeah, I think I might have you. Although, what skills do you have? I'm amazed they didn't put in a trophy for catching every monster. Sounds like the ultimate taste. Yeah, I'm surprised at that too. Oh, right. I don't have. Right, because you're level 3. I can't. You don't have a Shina. That's the only problem. Although, actually, I could. What I could do is I could where is it? I could actually what's the thing I want to do here? Infuse? Yeah, if I infuse you, I can give you a Shina just to get you to have it. Where is it? Ooh. Yes. Worth it? Probably not, but I did it. It's done. That's probably definitely not worth it, but I did it. Now it feels like I shouldn't have done that, but hey ho. It's done. What was it doing here? Oh yes, so it's doing spin room 7 3 times. That's what it's doing. One. Two. And 3. I feel like I am supposed to remember these numbers, but I have the guide, so now, Mog, can I? Oops. No, I didn't mean to do that. Can I throw you from here? Oh, crap. I'm going to try and throw him from here. I looked at the number 2, took a break in the middle until I forgot the numbers. Yeah. Is that far enough? I think that was far enough. I think I got it. Did I get it? Come on, Bog. Get it. Yo! You got it. Nice. Worth it. ISO room 2, terminal spin it, spin room twice, gain access. That was only once. Oh well.
Welcome to the Academy Datanet.
1237172. Cheating!
You have access to the Academy Datanet.
Shh. I'll say it often if you say it often.
And our work here is done. No more intrusions from the future, right?
Looks like we're safe. The network's back up and running.
We never got to find out who was behind this whole thing, did we?
Yeah, I don't know who it could be. Who would go through all
Yo,
the
morning,
trouble to take
Marshmallow.
control of a tower from the future?
Morning and or afternoon. Yeah, just say happy time zones. It's safer that way. Time zones be a thing.
Analysis complete. Due to actions
Hope you're well, man.
a possible
And happy Friday.
deleted from the timeline. The subjects pose a serious threat. For the security of future operations, precautionary countermeasures are being initiated. Subjects will be eliminated.
That's not good, right? Subjects will be eliminated? That's definitely not good.
Paradox has been resolved.
Now, the tower back in 200 AF should be open to us, Kupo.
So I guess we just go back to Story Crux and go to 200F. I will save it before I do go in here. Yesterday's worship was troublesome, let's just say. Yeah, work shifts, whenever you get a bad work shift, that feeling, especially whenever you get back home and you're just like, that's a shitty day. Well, hopefully you find some way to cheer yourself up. And if I can help in cheering yourself and cheering you up for today, then I've done my job. Yeah, say no more on that one. Hate people like that.
Time and memory.
Just, I mean, it's hard to, I can't even suggest anything. I can't even say ignore them because it's hard to ignore something like that. Because usually whenever people are like, you know, oh, you're the... I usually just ignore them, but it's hard to ignore something like that. It really is. Given the fact, like, you know, obviously, like, it's your entire livelihood. But I would suggest, if it persists, perhaps report it.
History may hold the reason why.
If possible. If you can't, then that's another situation, but...
Still lie. Lightning, it was our faith in the tiniest chance that helped us get this far. We might not know what kind of answers are waiting for us, but there is one thing we've learned already. When the path ahead is too dark to see, sometimes it's important to just keep going.
Right now you're just slaughtering zombies and bloodlusting? That's a good way of doing it.
I don't know why, but he seemed convinced it was our fault the timeline was distorted.
In Vanguard zombies, yeah.
So we track him down and find out if he's the real thing.
That was a lot of work for one lousy access key.
Like, can I get to this? Let's try.
A little step, but we're moving in the right direction.
Nope. Sorry, Mog. I chucked you down a hole. Sorry, Mog. I chucked you down a hole. I didn't mean to. And by didn't mean to, I meant to do that. I'm
like
evil to Mog.
Now we can explore the other floors.
Oh. Alyssa?
That girl. Isn't that Alyssa? What's she doing in this time period?
She does look like Alyssa, but it can't be her.
Oh, nice! Nice. Back for Blood Ultimate Edition. Nice pickup. There we go. I just was a bit too rash and chucking Mog.
Nice.
Even though I could have just got the chest there, but I wanted to chuck Mog, okay?
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. She doesn't know who we are. I guess she's not Alyssa after all. Alyssa?
We used to know a girl who looked like you. But that was a long time ago now.
Expansions do make a difference because it adds new weapons, characters, and new act. Ooh, nice.
Previous greeting. It appears that you are acquainted with the original.
Original?
I am a duplicate of the Alyssa Zidell entity. My design is based
Beep
on
boop.
biophysical data.
And she can teleport, because of course she can.
How'd she...
It's like one of those, like, AI partners.
A fabricated life form. Or a living machine. The semantics are irrelevant.
I mean, beep boop.
Are all the people who work here the same as you, Alyssa?
Yes, it's like the liveliness has been sucked out of the Augusta Tower lately. The people there are also...
Cortana is like you. I was gonna make the Alexa joke, but Cortana is also pretty good.
Anyway, back to business. Open up that wallet and shower me with Gil.
Or Siri. One of the three. That'd be an interesting. Like, can you imagine those three just having a conversation? I know they've done that, like, on, like, different types of robots, but. Or different types of, things, but can you imagine just a conversation between, Alexa, Cortana, and Siri? That would be, I think that would be fascinating. Especially, like, if they didn't know that each one was, like, the entity. There's a time gap during Halo 5 and Infinite. Time gaps are fine. So I could have got these chests earlier. And the time cap, Cortana is officially terminated. Ah, right, okay. See, I don't know much about the Halo lore. I'll be honest. All I know about the Halo lore is, like, there's different, like, types of enemies, and they all hate each other. This is, to my knowledge, isn't Infinite. Ah, right. Okay. I just like I've wanted to like get into first-person shooters, but I could never do it. I don't know why. Just something about first-person shooters, just they all seem the same to me. So that, like, I've never really gotten into them per se. Yeah, but why fill out the map? We fill out the map. Forerunner, the Covenant, and Prometheans. Ah, yeah. That sounds familiar, yeah.
Alyssa, you haven't had any other visitors recently, have you? Like someone called Caius, for example.
The Caius entity came
Caius.
through recently, accompanied by a green-eyed girl. They were proceeding to the top of the tower.
Yule as well? Why is she here?
There's treasure here. I always answer the silly answers.
treasure. There must be all kinds of stuff in this tower.
I think they've got more important things to do.
Sometimes, yes, Chocobo. Sometimes they do bother me. I'm weird in terms of that.
If anyone knows the secrets of this tower, it'll be Caius. If it means resolving the paradox, we have to talk to him.
We make the first move. Sounds good to me. Let's get our future back.
Like, if it's on a singular path, and I can fill it out, I'm like, I might as well fill it out.
Of course. This way.
But in terms of, like, the Yasha's... No, the, is it Yasha's Mastiff? The big area? I'm like, I'm not gonna do that.
Is a gift from the goddess, given to humans and humans only.
Basically, the most fucked up part is the Spartans are superhumans and were tortured as the call it disciplined at a young age. Oh, okay.
So the legends tell us.
So I wonder, like, I assume that Master Chief is as a Spartan at this point, because like he's just basically killed everything, right?
What's happening?
Is this a paradox?
Go see what's happening.
UNSC. Okay, that's what that is. I was like, Unsk.
What is this? No.
Correct. Yeah, sort of. Wow. I know more. I did it. I guessed that because as I said, I don't know anything about Halo, so that was a guess. Just from like the little I know of Halo, that there is a Master Chief. So I'm surprised. I'm glad I got that right, but I'm also surprised I got that right. Master Chief's real name is John. I didn't know that. I'm surprised they revealed that, actually. But I suppose it makes sense that they did. I'm surprised they did something like that. Because that'd be like, that's kind of like revealing Doomguy's real name. To me. So I'm kind of surprised they did that.
What the hell was that?
This was an effect of the paradox. You just witnessed an event that took place on this spot 187 years ago.
Interesting.
So,
Kind of mentioned in 3 and 4. Ah, right. Yeah, as I said, I've only played.
Yes.
I've actually a story about Halo because I remember there's in my town there used to be like a place where you could go to like play PC gaming. And you could play Halo on it, and I did that. I played Halo on it, and it was like multiplayer, and I killed somebody, and I heard from like behind me, who killed me? I was like, shit, should I have done that? Should I have not done that? So that's my weird multiplayer on Halo story. Yeah, what I meant was like obviously with Halo being like on Xbox, I'm more used to like console gaming than PC gaming. That's what I mean. So like I was like not used to like PC gaming at all. And I managed to like kill somebody in Halo, and I'm like, oops, maybe I shouldn't have done that because I've probably made this guy very mad that I killed him.
Hoping the others were killed in this tower. And then, after they were dead, the AI took control of the academy.
The AI, what is this?
C was created by a broken artificial intelligence. Humans were betrayed, and then they were wiped out.
And the duplicates were mechanical puppets that were built to hide what happened.
Interesting. Wow, how many fights are there here? There's also another Pavilion from Firefly of the Halo. Huh. I definitely did not know that. Oh hey, I got a monster from that, from a forced battle.
You two have seen it now. You've seen the forbidden history. People who know too much have to be buried.
Well, that's not good.
It stopped moving.
Looks like they closed the door on us. Well, now we've seen the forbidden history. Does that mean we're
Forbidden
stuck here
history. Ooh, scary.
200 years ago, you learned the forbidden history, and were entombed in that tower as a consequence. But now you stand before me alive and well once again. What can that be if not a paradox?
Do you remember what Kaya said? In his memory, the next thing that happens is... we die.
That's why he acted the way he did. As far as he was concerned, we were supposed to be dead. He saw us 200 years later, assumed it was a paradox, and tried to get rid of us.
But there's a way out. If we can survive now instead of dying, that will automatically change history. We can save the future.
Agreed. Alyssa and Hope's fate are in our hands. It's not over yet. Not by a long shot.
These two characters, Sergeant Johnson and Buck. Ah, okay. Cool. This seems confusing. This seems very confusing.
Just an elevator malfunction. We've been sucked into the paradox.
There's something...
Is this 51st floor? Okay. Spin the southeast room once.
strange going on with the system.
Well, that would be... that's southwest, so this is southeast over here then.
Let's try to fix it, and not get our own wires crossed in the process.
Come on, Mog.
Wait, did you... I didn't actually get the chest. That's annoying. Johnson is in Halo 1, 2, 3, 4. Buck's first appearance is in Halo 3, ODST, and 5. I always thought... I always thought ODST was not separate, but as I said, I don't know, so... Oh wait, I can't spin this. It's a game that's a prequel to Halo 2. Ah.
Awesome.
Oh, maybe that's the terminal for that. First mission of ODST is after the second mission of Halo 2. That's really interesting that they did that. Then spin the southwest room once and the west room 3 times. Wait, is this right? Yeah, it's supposed to be right. So that's 1. And it's also a prequel to the first game, Reach. Ah, yeah, I think I've heard of that one. 2. And 3. You'll have to follow the path now until you get to the last room. Use the terminal room to spin the room. As in the room up there? I'm gonna guess that's what that means. I will say this guide is slightly confusing to me right now, but we'll see how we go. Did I get it? I did get it. Which is Bungie's last game before the top company 343 took over. Oh, alright. I didn't know about that. I didn't know Bungie got taken over. Yeah, definitely didn't know about that one. But that doesn't surprise me because a lot of companies get taken over nowadays. Wait, I think enemies could go into the room. Also, I do like the name of this enemy. Luminous Puma. It's a glow-in-the-dark Puma. I like that as an enemy name.
Is that it?
I didn't know Pumas could glow in the dark. Lunchtime? No worries, Marshmallow. Access key 52. Once you collect the treasure orb from the inner ring, go back.
You think we fixed the elevator?
Oh, did we? Classified information. In the decade following the commencement of the Proto-Fal'Cie project, a conflict arose in the Academy between the AI construct and its human creators. The construct insisted that the Proto-Fal'Cie be imbued with the full powers of a Fal'Cie, but the scientists countered with the argument that more dangerous combat functions were unnecessary. With no compromise forthcoming, the project faced termination. In 13AF, the project director, Hope S. Time, was assassinated and the debate died with him. The Proto-Fal'Cie was eventually created with the fully functional ability to change humans into the sea or Seath.
The old cocoon fell from the sky because the Fal'Cie who powered it was gone. And the Proto-Fal'Cie was created in its place to make Cocoon float again. At least that's how Hope planned for things to go, right?
Right, but the artificial intelligence needed to build the Proto-Fal'Cie rebelled against the humans.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have spawned this.
That's when everything went wrong.
At least it allows me to fill out this little bit. Yeah, definitely should have spun this, but anyway. Because I collected the treasure via bog, so I didn't actually need to do that. Oh well, just fine. When you get back to the rings, use the elevator to go up to floor 52. Is this not floor 52? I thought this was floor 52. No, this is floor 51. Okay, okay. Never mind then. You know what this reminds me of? It's like a modern Shinra tower. With the floor numbers. That's what it reminds me of. Maybe I'm just weird. I thought I said this a treasure sphere. Maybe I didn't. I'm just basically fighting anything that I come across. Because, you know, we do need that precious item drops. Oh hey, I got Orion. Yes. I was like, wait, why does it stop? And then I was like, oh, yes, no.
This is
Mog.
great. The artificial intelligence that killed Hope and his team now seems hell-bent on killing us.
Well.
So you don't think the Proto-Fal'Cie and the other AI are being controlled by Caius?
No, I don't. Someone else is pulling the strings.
Uh-oh. This is just like a murder mystery. I have to answer the silly answers.
This is just like a murder mystery. Let's start the investigation. First off, we question the lead witness and search the scene for clues. Then we narrow down the suspects and dismantle their perfect alibis.
We're not playing Phoenix right here, Sarah.
I think we're getting off track.
We're not playing Phoenix right, unfortunately, Sarah. As much as you probably want to. I love how the future is just basically lights everywhere and flying cars for no discernible reason. I know, right? Like, that's the thing, like, even, like, I think I remember seeing, like, this old video of, like, somebody, a kid in the 1970s or something saying, hey, we'll have flying cars by the year 2000. And, well, that was a thing that didn't happen. Like, I honestly think that flying cars won't ever happen. Because it'd just be a fucking insurance nightmare. And no one would want to buy them. That is honestly my opinion. Hey, I got one gil. Alright. Because of the improved Muggle Throw. I was like, wait, why did I get that? There we go, that's slightly better.
Awesome.
Okay. Go to the northwest reader room to the treasure or beyond. Oh, that's that way. So I was going the right way. Oh boy. Oh, these are dragoons, okay. Why didn't you heal yourself?
Too easy.
That doesn't matter. Wait. No, wait, this isn't the right way, is it? Go to the northwest reader room to the treasure of beyond on the middle ring. Ah, okay. That's what I've done wrong here. I didn't really read it properly, that's what I did wrong.
That's my mom. That way.
Yes, I think I've gone the wrong way here. Yeah, because northwest was up there. I can't do that. No, northwest is up here.
Done.
I think I was a little lost there. Now, can I get you from here? I mean, I'm going to try to get you from here. Nope. A little too far. Mog? Where are you going? Alright. Improve from go through. Nope. She killed Mog. That's fine. He comes back. One gill in the void. I mean, that's what I get. That is what I get for throwing Mog into the void. I get one gill for doing so. You know, it reminds me of something actually I saw on Twitter yesterday, I think it was actually. There's a Twitter account called, I think it's Final Fantasy XIII Context, and they posted an art of Mog from Final Fantasy VI Mog. I don't know how to say this correctly, so I'm just gonna say it. Mog has a butt, and I'm not sure how I feel about this information that Mog has like a butt. I was like, did you have to make it with a butt? Did you actually have to do that? I feel it doesn't have to do that. Didn't have to do that, but they did it. Somebody says shit, they dropped off the platform. Oh gosh. Can you imagine? Alright, on the middle ring, head east around to the southwest rim. Oh, that's what I've done wrong. Right, so I've went totally the wrong way here. It took me a bit to realize where I'm actually going here. This place is very confusing.
No one's hurt, right?
Oh yeah, I got the dragon. Nice. Actually got it. I see why. 152 attack, 126 magic, 1678 hit points. That's really fucking good. And it has, oh my god, okay, it has attack ATB Judge 2 on top of the, okay, that's really good. That's actually pretty good. Right, so this is where I was meant to go here. Walk through the southwest rim and travel along the outer ring. On the outer ring, look for another treasure to throw mug for a platinum ticket. I think I got this. Or maybe I didn't. Oh, these are weak to fire, so I've been sitting using fire. I'm wondering if it's actually weak to fire, and they are.
Too easy.
Plus the good thing is they drop potent chips. That's the good thing. Okay, do I spin this? Because I didn't see a treasure there. And I'm not gonna... Use the terminal on the side, then head southeast. Yes, this is definitely giving me Shinra Tower vibes. Ugh.
Go, Mog.
So I was like, did I actually get it?
Well done.
I assume you spin this one then. Okay, that's slightly not fair. That's very not. That's actually incredibly not fair.
Sorry. Hey.
Welcome back, Marshall. I'm being confused by this area. Very confused. Oh. Does this rotate that? That does rotate that. Okay, so that's how you get up there. And then you need to... Oh, I needed to spin it again, didn't I? Yes, I needed to spin it so that it's facing... Yeah. I think I've got it now. So far that's the one element that I'm not liking here, is that enemies can just appear after you've like activated the switch. That doesn't seem very fair to me, but hey, this game is not about being fair, I guess. Home from work, so having a look while the DVD is full. Welcome in the carrot. Hope you're well, man. I'm being horribly lost in this game. That's what's happening. Is that I'm just horribly lost. I think I figured it out, but it's just doing it. Yeah, that's what I needed to do. And then go back in, spin this twice. You know what these kind of puzzles remind me of? These puzzles kind of remind me of Shin Megami Tensei. Just of how confusing they are. Because whenever I played SMT3 and SMT5, I was horribly confused. So just reminded me of the times I was horribly confused. Which are a lot of times, but, you know. Also, counter rate seems higher here, or is it just me?
Too easy.
I don't know what cheer does. I guess I could look to see what it does, but I'm lazy. Oh, there was a chest here. I thought there wasn't. Yeah, I wanted to get rid of you as soon as possible. I realized I went back for the treasure chest and then went forward again because I forgot about it. In between encounters. Whoopsies. Because James is silly and forgets things. Ooh, Phoenix blood. Isn't that like isn't that like really good? Revives one ally from KO and grants haste. Oh wow, I didn't even realize Phoenix Down grants protect and chill. Okay, that's kind of busted. The Phoenix Down do this in this game. I guess that's why they're so expensive, but still, that's kind of broken. I'm not used to Phoenix Downs granting status effects. And I never noticed because I never checked. Because I didn't think to check. I was like, huh, it's fine. Oops. Bit too high. Just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit too high there. I killed Bog again. He's probably gonna find one kill again. Oh, potion. I assume you throw it here? Nope. How do you get this one? I guess if I just threw it straight from here instead of trying to curve shot it. That would probably help. So yeah, so it looks like even if you miss, you get items.
Come on, Mog.
There we go. That's how you do that one.
Awesome.
Nope. Tried to run away from them, didn't work. Yeah, you're not gonna do Spark Storm on me. Oh, top floor access key. This information is accurate as of the year 200 AF, the highest floor of Augusta Tower is the site of the gate behaves differently from a standard time portal, instead leading to a virtual space within the AA mainframe. Oh god. To activate the special gate, one must climb to the top floor of the tower and directly access the AI's core.
This is the last key. Next up, the very top floor.
Oh boy. Can I get back?
And that's where Caius is waiting for us. Someone who looks and talks a lot like Caius, at least.
You might be out there with him, Kupo.
You might be right. How would the Cirrus come?
Head back to the outer ring. Oh, I've done that. Because I realized that if I activated the switch to spin this, I realized that perhaps I can't get back? No, but it's... Have I snookered myself? I think I've snookered myself. Thanks for the alert, Quinn. Hope you're doing good. I'm just horribly lost. It's fine. Yeah, because you can't spin it from there. What does this spin? Oh, that spins the one I'm in. Okay, then I can come back. I was slightly nervous there. I was ever so slightly nervous there. much CP do I have? Oh, I have a lot. I have a lot. I have enough to do this. So, save. If we're going to Crystarium here. In case I screw up. Brav. Mad. Mad. Rav. Mad. Mad. Rav. Mad. Rav. Mad. Rav. Mad. Rav. Mad. Mad. Rav. Mad. Rav Mad. And Rav. Mid bonus. So saving it for Knowles. Calm. Mad. Calm. Mad. Calm. Mad. 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 Calm. Rav. Calm. Rav. Rav. Calm. Rav. Calm. Rav. Calm. Rav. Calm. That's fun. Yes. I was wondering else as I heard this boss music. Also, hi Behemoth.
Let's take it down!
We can do it. For Hope, for Alyssa, for Academia. Done and done.
That worked.
This must be the heart of the system. I know it's a machine, but seems like it's almost breathing.
If what Alyssa was telling us is true, Yule and Caius should be up here as well.
So for my lucky customers today.
Why are you here, Chocolina? I mean, I know why, but why? Why are you here? Immovable. More reduces chance to have actions interrupted by. That's interesting. Reduces wound damage. Increases chance to interrupt enemy actions. Okay, well that's good, but it's 75. I'll keep them. Might as well buy 10 10 fake signs just to keep that on the go.
It's really quiet.
Yes, it is really quiet, Chocolina. Right, let's do this. Slightly nervous, but should be fine. Hi, Yule. Or no, Aerith.
Yule, are you on your own?
I brought you this.
Gee, thanks.
What should we do with it?
You must protect the timeline. I saw you in Erba. I trust you. I believe in you.
We're in the same time as when we met in Erba. So you're the same Yule?
Yes.
But who are you? Who are the Farseers?
I am the seeress of the oldest tribe on Pulse. My visions of the future are recorded and stored in the Oracle Drive. But that is long in the past. There is no more need to record the prophecies. I have Caius now.
What do you mean?
He is tasked with protecting the seeress and remembering her visions. Now and forever, he will remember the entire timeline. Caius. He is beyond death.
What? You mean he can't die ever?
The seeress possesses the eyes of Etro, and inside Caius beats the heart of Chaos.
Chaos.
The goddess has gifted him the curse of eternity. He is a guardian, and his mission is to protect the seeress. The power to see the future is a terrible weapon. It can turn history into chaos.
Chaos? I can't wait to play Strangers in Paradise. I'll be doing that constantly. We're just going chaos, chaos.
History, right? History has already been broken. The timeline had been twisted before I met you. The distortion leads to a future of death and destruction. If you change the future, you can change the past and correct the distortions. The miracle that saved Cocoon has already been altered. Someone who is meant to survive did not come home.
Someone who was meant to survive? You mean my sister? You do, don't you? You're saying that lightning shouldn't have disappeared that day.
It was because the future was changed.
So if we keep traveling through the gates and resolve all the paradoxes that are happening...
Yeah.
If you change the future again, the true past will be restored. The past that you still remember, Sarah. Together, the two of you can correct the timeline.
Did you hear that, Noel? We've been doing the right thing all along.
Yes.
Have we? I don't know if we have.
Can you tell us something else? Someone has been laying traps for us inside this tower. Do you know who's behind it?
Your enemy. It is here inside the tower. It has generated the contradictions that threaten you.
Contradictions? This isn't Phoenix, right? I mean, it is, but it also isn't.
A machine? So the Caius who we met earlier in academia, he was...
An imitation created by the machine.
And what about the other Caius? The one we saw in the tower?
He is real. He brought me here. And when we are finished, he will take me away.
Uh-huh.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes.
Is that a
go.
good idea?
And please, let me see a new future.
We'll do it.
Good. Everyone is smiling. This is the future I wanted to see.
You sure you're not Aerith, Yule? Are you 100% sure you're not Aerith? Just curious.
I shall remember your pain. It will be carved in my heart, together with the memories of every other Yule, cursed to die this way.
And I guess Caius is Sephiroth / Cloud? I don't know. He's edgy enough to be Cloud. But he has a soul edge, so I guess he's Sephiroth? I don't know. He's somebody.
I'm worried about Yule.
Yeah. But if we're going to fight, we can't afford to have doubts. She's hoping for a better future and believes we can make it.
I hope so.
Look, the fake Caius was sent out from this place.
But where's the enemy that Yule warned us about?
Oh, now we've turned very pink. Yeah, that's sort of a dark pink.
Proto-Fal'Cie. So this is what Yule meant by sentient machine.
This thing has been behind everything. It's the one who turned the people into Seath, and it's the one who's been trying to kill us in the tower.
Oh hey, it's the first boss from Final Fantasy XIII. I was about to say, I'm using, oh, Spiderweb didn't work. Let's try to inflict it with D-Shell. Not that I needed it, because it's dead.
I don't understand. How did the future Proto-Fal'Cie end up here?
This place must be like the void beyond. A crossroads where the future and past intersect.
And that would enable time travel. Noel, do you realize what this means? The Proto-Fal'Cie could have used this place to travel through time and infiltrate the artificial intelligence. Then it could have manipulated the AI to kill all the humans in the tower and build the Fal'Cie of Academia's future.
You're saying the Proto-Fal'Cie took control of the AI and ordered it to build the Proto-Fal'Cie. It's a closed loop. A chicken and egg paradox.
Right. A paradox is exactly
Yeah,
what
what
it
came
is.
first, chicken or the egg?
Proto-Fal'Cie was trying to protect the distortion that gave birth to it.
And it knew all along that it was part of the paradox.
Just a sec. If the Proto-Fal'Cie can manipulate the past, that means...
It can travel back in time and rebuild itself.
Yep, it can.
You cannot defeat the Proto-Fal'Cie, Kupo.
Well, we're back again. Problem is, I don't have anything to dispel it, so... Oh, it's so nearly dead! Please die! Oh, it's 395 hit points! It's dead.
No way!
Hey, what are we gonna do now?
Well, that's not good.
We gotta stop it.
I have the power!
Perfect. Okay, my turn. See how you like this. Time for you to go away for good.
That worked.
Thanks to Mog, huh?
Oh, I got electrocuted.
You saved the day.
Thank you. You did great.
I'm getting tons of trophies, yay.
This is Hope's fault. He was the one who started building these things. Proto-Fal'Cie and AI both. Will you listen to me? Looking around for scapegoats. These fights are really starting to wear me down.
I don't blame you.
It's not gonna do us any good whining about the mistakes of the past. If we don't stop this thing from regenerating, we're never gonna get out of here.
Do I have to fight it again? Scream at Hope.
The machine is manipulating the past. But then, there's no reason we can't either. Please,
As much as I wanted to throw Morg at it.
Hope! Can you hear me? I've got a bone to pick with you. These machines you built
Sarah!
are driving me nuts!
Not gonna lie, Angry Sarah? Kinda hot.
You did it, Sarah?
But I didn't do anything. At least, I don't think I did.
Sarah, are you all right? Can you hear me?
Cole, I'm alive.
Oh, what a relief.
You worry too much, Noel.
Sarah is adorable.
Noel isn't himself these days. I wonder if it's because he can't remember the future. It's understandable. No one wants to think they'll forget something that's important to them.
I got a light bulb. I got a light bulb. Why did I get a light bulb? Of all the things to get, I got a light bulb.
You know something? When you get mad, you sure do remind me of your sister.
Careful. She might be watching, you know. Hope we are returning to a better future.
I'm sure of it.
Light bulbs are the way of the future. Indeed. Indeed they are. Oh gosh. Right. Well, I guess this is a very good stopping point because I usually go for 4 hours, so this is a very good stopping point actually. I will save it though. So I should be back on Monday, all being well, with session 99. We're very close to 100. I still don't know what we'll do for session 100. I might go for an extended stream on session 100. But yeah. Thanks for coming out, those who did. Let me do the raid. So I usually send off a raid to any of a few of my fellow teammates or anyone else that is a friend of mine. Feel free and copy and paste the raid message, or if you are a sub, I do have a specific sub raid command as well for those that are subbed. I think we have to. I think we're going to raid Key. We're going to raid I'm Just Key because it's his birthday. So I usually like celebrating people's birthdays with them. So let's raid I'm Just Key. He is. I think he's playing. Well, it says he's playing Grandia 2, but he's probably going through like birthday messages, etc., etc. So we'll send the raid love and the birthday love to Key here. And as I said, she'll be back on Monday, all being well. Same time, about 2 p.m. British time, UK time. So yeah, see you guys then. Bye.